glad to see you here. Don't forget to subscribe and like so you don't miss any new videos. Today we will analyze the movie The Third Sonic. The Third Sonic is taking the world by storm, attracting not only fans of the game series, but also completely new viewers to the cinema experience. The new part has completely moved away from the genre clichés of family cinema and turned into a kind of high-budget and large-scale blockbuster. Directly adapting one of the most interesting and at the same time meaningful stories in the franchise, the game Sonic Adventure 2. It is also not surprising that the final of the picture could cause a flurry of questions from uninformed viewers. We will answer a couple of such questions in our video. The main discrepancy between the film and the video game Sonic Adventure 2, based on which the trequel script was written, occurs already in the first flashback. Shadow's origin remains covered in a thick haze, unlike the original source. There, the dark version of the Blue Hedgehog was created by Gerald Robotnik, Eggman's grandfather, using Black Doom's DNA to cross. In the film adaptation, the doctors find Shadow in a meteorite that fell to Earth in 1974. Most likely, the origin of the Hedgehog was left for the next installments in the franchise. Both in the game and in the movie, Shadow pursues one specific goal: to take revenge on the whole world for the death of his best friend Mary. In 1974, the corporations from Gun wanted to steal a hedgehog to conduct risky experiments, which Gerald and his granddaughter did not agree with. But while escaping from the base, one of the guards inadvertently kills the girl by shooting into a container with Chow's energy. Here, the flashback plot practically does not differ from the identical scene from the game. With one exception, in Sonic Adventure 2, Maria did not die from an explosion, but from a direct bullet hit. When Gerald reveals to his native and unloved grandson the entire plan for the destruction of the Earth, the younger Robotnik defeats his grandfather in battle and tragically sacrifices himself by destroying an orbital laser in the form of the Eclipse Cannon space station. Eggman simply has no chance of surviving such a huge explosion, as well as the authors need to return such a grotesque villain to the big screens. However, Jim Carrey himself confirmed that he is ready to reassume the role of the iconic villain Sonic if he is interested in the script of the next film. Having absorbed part of the energy of the Chaos Emerald, Shadow sets out on the path of good, realizing that his impulses for revenge will never lead to the realization of what he wants. At the same time, the character sacrifices himself along with Eggman, exploding the Eclipse Cannon laser. However, unlike the younger Robotnik in the second scene after the credits, the authors reveal the canonical game event to the viewer. The Shadow was able to survive the destruction of the station. Now our hero will embark on an individual journey, but which one? As in the game, Shadow survives the explosion of the station and temporarily leaves Sonic's team, with whom the hero managed to make friends in the midst of the climax. Keanu Reeves himself, who voiced the character in the third film, expressed interest in creating a separate spin-off full-length or two about Shadow's adventures right after the events of the trequel. But will this project be based on the plot of Sonic Heroes, the next chronological game in which the hero participated? We can only fantasize. As in Sonic Adventure 2. During the next confrontation between Robotnik and Sonic, the moon is cut through by the laser of the Eclipse Cannon station. Only if in the game half of the Earth's satellite was deliberately destroyed by Eggman, then in the movie the Blue Hedgehog's companions accidentally directed the beam into space. One way or another, according to the canon, this will in no way affect the Earth. In the following chronological parts, the moon was again in a whole state. As in the ending of the third film itself, where the planet does not seem to have undergone any changes at all after such a large-scale battle. The first post-credits scene provided fans with great cause for celebration. In it, Sonic confronts several robo-versions of himself that appear before the hero's eyes in a dark forest. But where did the robotic versions of the Blue Hedgehog come from? In the game series, the first version of Metal Sonic was originally created by Dr. Eggman to fight his nemesis. However, in the film adaptation, Robotnik seems to embark on the right path and sacrifice his life in the climax. It is likely that in the fourth part the authors indirectly adapt the story of the Sonics, explaining the appearance of robotic Sonics by interfering in the future, where Eggman's achievements were turned into reality with the help of unknown evil forces. Such an outcome would explain not only the abrupt announcement of metal opponents, but also the indirect return to the role of Jim Carrey, who saved Sonic in the post-credits scene. Since Amy Rose played a big role in the Sonic cast, where the robotic versions of the Blue Hedgehog first appeared, since Amy Rose played a big role in Sonic, where the robotic versions of the Blue Hedgehog first appeared, it would be logical to make her one of the leading characters in the fourth film. So in the post-credits scene of the third part, I also appears in front of our hero's eyes, destroying all the Robo-Sonics, and it seems, becoming interested in the Hedgehog himself. According to the canon, Amy has always been in love with him. But what kind of game plot will the directors embody in the next chronological film? We will find out only in 2027, its premiere will take place at the same time. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos.